Hi there, my name's Clark. I'm with Schwarze Industries, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the Schwarze Supervac Vortex pavement sweeper. We're going to start with the chassis. The Vortex is mounted on the Isuzu NPR 12,000 GVWR chassis. It has a 6-liter V8 General Motors engine in it, and it will soon have a 6.6-liter engine in it. So the curb room on the Vortex is 26 inches in diameter, has steel curb rooms. The steel curb rooms work real well in digging the trash and the dirt and debris out of not only curbs but also gutters, situations like that. The curb room has an LED light to shine on the curb room at night so your driver can see it easy. Vortex has dust control, has a 93-gallon water tank. We have different areas that it sprays water to help keep the dust down. We have 2 spray nozzles inside the hopper at the intake tube. We have 2 spray nozzles out at the curb room to keep dust down there. We also have a couple of different optional water systems. You can get a spray bar on the front bumper, and you can also get a spray bar inside the hopper to help keep the dust down if needed. Moving right along, we'll talk about the sweeping head on the Vortex. We have an 80-inch wide sweeping head, but if you couple that, if you're using the curb room, you have a 96-inch wide sweeping path. The sweeping head has 10-inch tubes, and one good thing about the sweeping head on the Vortex, the flaps are on cartridges. It makes them real easy to change. So instead of having to drop the sweeping head and take it completely out from underneath the truck, you just basically on the front, middle, and back flap, you loosen 2 nuts. The flap will drop down, slide the flap out, put it on its new rail, slide it back underneath and bolt it up, and you're good to go. You don't have to remove the head any longer to replace your flaps. It's a big time saver. Moving right along, now we're going to talk about the hopper. The Vortex has a 4.8 cubic yard stainless steel hopper. The hopper has a lifetime warranty against rust through. That's a big benefit for all the contractors. We have large inspection doors on both sides of our hopper. What this allows you to do, allows the driver a couple things. Get out, inspect the load, lets the drivers get out. A lot of times in parking lots, you're gonna find stuff that you actually can't sweep up, that's too big to sweep up. Makes it easy for the driver to get out, open the inspection door on either side, and just throw the debris inside the hopper, get back in, start sweeping again. All of the latches on the hopper and the screen are also stainless steel. The dump door on the Vortex is hydraulic, so we have 2 hydraulic cylinders that raise and lower the dump door. And we also have a screen cleanout door on the top of the hopper, which makes it very easy to hose the screen out when the time's needed. Okay, moving around to the back of the Vortex, we'll start here. On both sides of the sweeper, we have 2 large enclosed toolboxes. They're made out of polyethylene, so you don't have to worry about those rusting. They're plenty big enough to put backpack blowers, gas cans, toolboxes, trash bags, whatever your driver may need to carry with him every night. We have 2 tubes that run across the back frame of the sweeper. They're located, actually the access is inside the toolbox, and those areas are where you can slide a broom, rake, or shovel, just anything your driver might need to carry with him at night to help him do a better job. The toolboxes do have an LED light on the inside, so when your lights are on the chassis, the LED light inside the toolboxes are on. Across the back, we have all LED lighting. We have strobe flashers on each corner of the top of the hopper. It's just a safety issue at night when your driver's sweeping in the parking lots. We have a backup camera. Also with this truck, all of Schwarze sweepers now come standard with the backup camera. One of the other features I want to bring out about the Vortex is the dumping height. This unit will dump up to 77 inches high, which will allow your drivers to get into higher dumpsters than most any other parking lot sweeper on the market. And in the back, we have an access door here. This is where you access your fuel fill, and you also access the 2 hydraulic cylinders that are used to dump your hopper when you're full of trash and you need to dump it. Okay, moving around to the passenger side of the Vortex. Here's the toolbox for the passenger side. Again, we have another access door on this side of the hopper as well. That way you can get out and throw stuff in as needed. This prop rod here is for the access to the screen door to easily clean the screen out. That's what this prop rod is for. Over here we have the fan housing. The Vortex has a 24-inch Schwarze Whisper wheel fan. It's located inside the fan housing here. Back here we have a leaf bleeder, and the leaf bleeder controls the amount of air that is blown down and goes across the sweeping head. You can adjust that for different sweeping conditions. On the passenger side, we also have a 10-inch blow side air hose that blows the air down and across the sweeping head. The sweeping head has the 2 skid plates, one on each side, made of tungsten carbide. What we have here is a 12-volt DC pump. The DC pump is used to raise and lower the sweeping head in your hopper. It can also be done hydraulically, but what this DC pump allows you to do is, if for some reason your engine is not running, you can actually raise and lower your sweeping head, and you can dump your hopper and take your sweeper for service if needed. So that's what the DC pump is for. Currently we have 2 different sweeper engine models that we use on the Vortex. This engine here is a 30 horsepower Kohler water-cooled engine, and we will soon be using a 28 horsepower Honda IGX 800 series engine. Now that we've looked at the outside of the Vortex, let's take a look at the inside, take a look at the control panel and all the switches that you use for the sweeper operations. From inside the cab of the Vortex, we have the backup camera monitor. As I mentioned earlier, all of Schwarze sweepers come standard with a backup camera. This is the monitor, the backup camera inside the Vortex. Here we have our control panel. You'll notice it's turned. It's real easy access for the driver. All the controls are right at his fingertips. We have several different switches here. The first switch is for the curb room light, shine on the curb room at night. Second switch is for the bar light on the top of the cab. We have a couple different options when it comes to lighting. We have a 16-inch LED bar light, and we also have a 56-inch LED bar light that you can get on top of the truck. Your third switch here is your dust control for inside the hopper and at the curb room. The fourth switch is for an optional dust control inside the hopper for a spray bar, which this unit has, so we do have this switch for it. On the bottom switches, the first switch operates the curb room. The second switch on the bottom operates the head up and down. The third switch, as I mentioned earlier, we have a DC hydraulic pump on this unit where you can raise and lower the sweeping head without the engine running, and that's what this button is for. Allows you to engage the 12-volt pump. You can raise your head, your curb room, or your hopper without the engine running. And then the last switch on the bottom row, that's actually your hopper, your dump switch, raises and lowers the hopper. And it also comes with a tachometer and an hour meter. That way you always know what RPMs you're running the motor at, and also helps you track the engine hours for maintenance purposes. Thank you for taking the walk around on the Supervac Vortex with us today. If you have any questions regarding the Vortex or any of our other sweepers, please give us a call at 1-800-879-7933.